So I just posted this 3D flower beetle and it went viral on Instagram and TikTok. So I'm here showing you how to make them. I'm Tina Vo and welcome to our online class. So in this lesson, I am showing you how to do the beetles. And this now are using the same technique. It's just this pattern is on the entire now. And this pattern is just right on the beetle. But first, we are going to worry about the background. Now I'm using Milky. That's what helped me achieve this natural white background right here. And from my experience of working in salon, any gel that are natural looking like this, and a lot of people like natural looking gel like this, but anything that are natural looking like this are very streaky and it's very irritating to work with. So this Milky, the reason why I love this so much is that it's super smooth. And you can see here, see how smooth it is? Absolutely no streak. Cures it for 60 seconds. And the reason why I choose Milky for this design, because if the background were to be white, it would be insane. Because the beetle and the detail and the bling, I just want to use Milky just to pull it back a little bit. Make it a little more elegant and demure. Feel free to go ahead and add another coat if you like. Most likely, you only need one coat on client nail because they have a nail bed. So you only need one coat and it's be beautiful, natural. But on clear nail like this, I prefer 2 coats. Here this, just because I don't really like that gold peeking through from the background. Go ahead and cure for another 60 seconds. Your next step will be using white Clay Doh. But let's go ahead and show you what's going on here first. Because these are simple shape. Let's go ahead and draw it out so you see the body gonna be like this. Let's say the span right here. So it curve on one side, it curve on the other side, and at the end, you will see a little divot. It's just how the beetle are. It's very unique. But the body, the top, is a slight curve, and then curve on top like this and curve back. It's like a triangle, but everything is curved. And then the top of this right here is a head. It's just like a little circle. See, like that. So that is what's going on here. I draw another shape so when it come time to execute it, you're not confused. So this is what we are going to mold out of Clay Doh. I'm gonna get an index paper and I am gonna take out white Clay Doh. I'm gonna scoop it out with a spatula and just drop it right onto the index paper. And I love to roll Clay Doh on index paper because it doesn't leave gel residue behind to make it sticky. Now, if you work with brushes and you work with liquid, then I prefer to do it on a foam, on a nail foam, because it's slippery and is prevent liquid from absorbing. So different surface depend on what you're doing. Right now, I like to roll it, so I like to use paper instead of nail foam. If you roll on nail foam, you see residue all over the place. Okay, I have to make sure that it's not too huge. I think this bead would be perfect for the body. Just drop it down here. And the second bead is the top of the body, so it needs to be smaller. Probably this will be good. Maybe a little more. And we cannot make it too big because you have to leave room for the legs. Don't forget that. Okay, so I have this and I have this. I'm keep reducing the size because I don't want it to be too big. Okay, so I need the head, which is smallest. Okay, so this is good. 3 bead. Okay, and then I can just put it back to the bottles. Now, let's mold. So I'm taking this out, and without any top coat, Clay Doh will stick perfectly to the polished inhibition layer. It has an inhibition layer, but it's a dry inhibition layer for pigments. You see, Milky gel are amazing for pigment also. So let's put the body on. At first, you're just gonna use either your hand, you can use tool if you like, but I like to start out with my finger, with a big board like this. And I like to mold it out. When it starts to get more precise, that's when I start using tool. This is my silicone tool. It's an old tool that I have. And let's not push it too low in the bottom because the leg gonna be all the way over here. So from here to here, that's good. So I need to stop right here. It don't need to be any lower. Now, what I need to do is I need to press around it on the side so it not gonna become like flat-ish. If you just press on top, it's gonna be semi-flat. You press on top first just to mold out the perimeter of the body. And now you just start to shaping it. Okay, now when it gets to the shape that you like, okay, it still look pretty rough, but I'm telling you, you don't want to keep taking this tool and keep pushing it because you just molding it. Now it's time to smooth it. So I'm taking out an oval brush, and you can use alcohol, but I'm using brush conditioning cleanser because it doesn't evaporate. So it's fantastic. I just need a little amount and I'm good to go. I don't have to keep retaking the liquid over and over. Plus, this don't dry out my brush. It's a conditioner and a cleanser. So it's amazing to work with Clay Doh. It's healthy for the brush. My Clay Doh is all nice and smooth. Yeah, just don't keep molding it. You just gotta break the step apart and choose your material accordingly. Okay. Now you can even smooth on the side. You kind of want to make it into like a dome instead of a flat pea. Keep pressing it will make it flat. So I'm smoothing it on the side just to get rid of that edge. Now it's nice, smooth, and perfect. So remember that little diffage? Okay. You don't have to, but there are kind of different beetles, so you don't have to. But if you want, you can just take an engraver tool and push its little butt right up here. Okay. Like that. And after you done that, then you can take the brush and refine it a little more. Like that. And when you're ready, go ahead and cue for 60 seconds. And now I am taking out my second beads. So you want to cure it first because before it's cured, it's soft and squishy. You don't want to ruin the beautiful shape that you just make here. So I'm curing it, and now I'm putting another one on. Now, I want you to notice this. Okay, I'm going to zoom really close. Do you see that this piece down here is a little more like yellow compared to this? Just know that when it first apply on, it's like that. And eventually it will get wider and wider. That's just how white Clay Doh or Milky usually are. A reaction, just so you're aware. Okay, again, let's pick out silicone tool. Okay, so the first step is the molding part, okay? Like this. Press, 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 press. So it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When it's ideal, then you might use it to drag it back a little bit like this on both sides. And then you push it up so it's like kind of flat-ish on this. Okay. And then this side needs to be a little more taper. Just like the shape that I'm drawing now. Kind of like a triangle, but everything is curved. Now, remember, don't keep using the tool. It's only for molding. Now, when it comes to smoothing and refinement, take out your oval brush and just smooth it out just like that. And then worry about the size. See how quickly it's smoothing out? Just use the right tool. Most people, sometimes they struggle with 3D just because they don't know their tools. Like when I first started, I would use that silicone mold to try to mold out the whole thing, and it take me forever. Just because it wouldn't be smooth easily. with that tool. You can mold it well. But when it comes to smoothing, you can use a brush. Like most people also, instead of use a silicone tool to push and mold, they will use a brush, and the brush is really weak. So again, just use the right tool at the right time will help you. See how beautiful this is? Here it is. What's left is this little bead right here, and I might remove a little more just because it seems like a lot. Okay, and you don't have to cure the whole 60 seconds. You just want to make sure that it's in control. It's in shape. It's you lock down the shape so it's not squishy. See, I can just touch it like this, and I'd be perfectly fine. Okay, now I am going to press out with a brush just because it's already in shape. It's a circle like how I want it. But I am smoothing this head into this upper body right here. Smoothing it out. And then going around just to refine the shape a little bit. It's not really a circle. It's still kind of like a triangle-ish. And really, it's just up to your taste. There's millions of different kind of beetle out there. Okay, here it is. So if you do it on top coat, then you might need sticky gel to help you stick Clay Doh on the surface. But I did not top coat it, so it stick onto the inhibition layer very well. Now the next step is to put on all the legs. So let's take out clear texture gels, and of course you would like to put clear texture gel outside and then close the lid just because it's very sensitive to light. So that's clear texture gels, and it prevents product from slipping. It's a very stable gel. And you also need this. This is called the pipe and bar stud. So on my website, okay, if you scroll all the way down to accessory, it's a picture that look like this. Okay, you click in it and you find the gold stud, and you can find the pipe and bar stud right here. I have it all the shape lined out for you. Okay, and I'm gonna use this. I only have 2 left, but that's okay. I can use smaller one, but it will be slightly curved. And pipe and bar stud are bigger than the other set. I also got these, and it's called a needle stud because it's very skinny. It also have curve too, but it's thinner, and the curve are more drastic, just to let you know. Let's take this and install the leg. Let's start with the hind legs. Okay, one curve here, one curve right here. Then I'm gonna get out a crystal katana. Put this over here and apply the leg. Just put it on. Don't worry about fixing it. Then you can fix it. You can scoot it to the right place. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna take some caviar beads. This is 08 millimeters. And I'm using the Emboss Brush to install the bead. Just a little bit of gel right on the tips and wipe off the excess. I am applying the bead right here where the joint is. I need a little more gel up here. 1, 2. Okay, and applying bead right here just to complete the leg so it doesn't look awkward. Now it looks seamless. Then you apply another bead right here near the joint. If you feel nervous, you can cure this before you put on another segment of the leg. But clear texture gel is built for tasks like this. It is stable. It would just stand still, waiting for you to be done and cure. So I am taking this small segment of a leg and apply it down here. Curve the opposite way. And actually, this time, I'm not going to use the end of the katana to push it. It's too harsh. I'm going to use just the brush. It's easier to push it with a brush because it's softer. There you go. And then I am going to use a different type of beads. I'm going to use this because it's assorted. So there's bigger bead in here. I'm going to choose two of the big one first. And then I'm taking a little more gel and applying down here. And then add another smaller bead right down here. And then 0.8mm right down here. See, I'm just applying it on. And then I fix it. That is a healthy habit that you need to adopt. Because most people will just keep fondling with it, just in one spot forever. See, it's done. Now, this time, I can cure this. Just fast cure it. You don't have to cure it all the way. And I am going to go up here and apply some more clear texture gels. Then I'm adding this small segment. I'm running out of this side, or else I would use it. It's just that I have done a lot of beetles, so I use a lot of legs. Okay. But you get the general concept. The pipe and bar stud is perfect to use for legs on spider, on beetles. Okay. And then of course I add in two small beads right here to make it not awkward. You see how awkward this is? It looks like it's disattached from the body. So I'm applying it just so it can be seamless together. And you can apply another bead down here if you want. Okay. You can clear this now if you like. It's just an old habit of mine. Before clear texture gel, that's the type of stuff that I have to do. I have to cure them in between so often that now it becomes a habit. Now, sometimes it's hard for me to break that habit, but clear texture gel, you can work all the way through without curing. It's just that before clear texture gel, I have to cure them to secure their position or else they slip on me. Okay, now I'm gonna apply another gold stud. Okay. Okay. Fixing this a little bit, pulling it down. Cause I gotta remember we only have tiny little curved stud this time instead of the long one. Okay, add in some bead. See, so far nothing difficult, right? But you gotta follow the step though. Follow the step correctly so it can be easy for you. Follow the tours. When I switch tour, that's when you need to pay attention. Cause I switch for a reason. Cause it doesn't matter how good I am at nail art, I still prefer it to be easy. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to try hard to make it look good. I want to find the easiest way. I can tell right now that it's not quite even. Okay, it is now. Now, I am also adding the attention of the legs with beads, with the assorted bead set. One of these set you can pretty much use forever. Cause what I like from it is a different size of beads. Okay, hear this. Oh, when it comes to the stem, I use a needle stud. This one right here, just because this piece is perfect for it. It's nice and curved. It's super thin. It's perfect for the beetle hair. Okay, let's add some clear texture gel on here. And apply this right here. You can continue with the next step if you like, or you can skip it, but I like to add some more bead right here because I watch how the beetle look, and I'm adding another bead here and then another bigger bead right here. Okay, and you can see it's curved, but this bead is kind of curving outward. Cure this for 60 seconds. The stud is curving like this, but the bead is going outward like that. So it's like this shape right here. And now let's paint. So I have with me art gel, Tiffany blue art gel, turquoise art gels. I have royal blue art gels. I have pink art gels. And I have light pink one stroke liner just because it's already nice and light and it's perfect. I don't have to mix it. And one stroke liner is different than art gel. Art gel are smooth. One stroke liner are dry and opaque. And you can use one or the other to achieve similar result. But I teach all different kind of artists, so I have different kind of gel paint to help them with their work. And I already distribute them all out here. So let's get this out the way. We're gonna start out by adding Tiffany blue all over the head and the upper body. Fill it in. Remember, art gel are very smooth. Okay, and then one down here. Little curve on the left, little curve on the right. Pivot it down. And let's cure this. And now let's add light pink one stroke liner. We're gonna paint roses. So one dot right here, one dot right here, one dot up here, one dot up here. Smoosh it out to make it bigger, so it's not a puddle. Okay, smooth it out. And one stripe right here, and here. So I'm gonna use turquoise next. I like to add a little royal blue into the turquoise just to make it a little deeper. It's not just choices. You don't have to do that. And I like to go up right to the head. Frame it like that. And I'm taking out my shading brush. Go ahead and shade this. Okay, flash cure. Move on to the bottom. I'm gonna shade around this. Okay. Then use a shading brush. Just like that. I add a little more blue on this side. Okay, here this. And you also need an outline right down here. Since the detail is super small, you can use a shading brush or the 5mm blender. You can use that too. It's blunt. It's used to blend details. Hear this? And I'm adding some leaf down here, right where the rose is at. Just drag out a little bit. Don't be too detailed. I'm saying that right when I'm drawing these tiny little beetles. But what I mean is don't try too hard for them leave. It's tiny little painting. You just need to worry about the color. That's all. Take care of this. And you can also take your coloring brush and dip in the turquoise alone and add it in just to enhance the color a little bit more. Add into the gradient a little bit more. There. So only a small portion of Tiffany blue, like a highlight. But the rest of it is either royal blue mixed with turquoise or just turquoise alone. Hear this? And now you just take this pink art gel and you just add detail in. That's pretty much the only part about this whole set take a little work or a little attention. Is a painting. That's not even hard. But what I'm saying is the rest of the step is super easy, except for this part you just have to paint. But don't pay too much attention to the perfection of it. You just need to really have some pink, have some blue, some teal in there, just to make it look floralish, and it'll be good. But the whole shape and the whole beetle is already good already. Okay, so now that's it. Hear this? And if you notice, it doesn't really look like this beetle. But remember, the gold chrome is not on yet. And you probably say, oh, Tino, it doesn't look like the original. But you probably don't say that, but because you already know that I can get there. It's just that if you don't know me, you'll be like, if you're a customer, you'll be like, well, that doesn't really look like this beetle. That's why when it comes to this step, it's very important. Just go step by step. So the next step is a gold chrome, right? So you need to put Teflon Matte all over the surface. And Teflon Matte is a chrome-proof top coat. And it's non-stick, it's isolate chrome. So when you apply on a coat of this, chrome will not stick on it at all. Go ahead and go all over. Over the background, over the beetle, everything. You don't want too much gel that you flooded the design, but there's all kind of crook and cranny and crevices right here. So you need to start out with a lot just to make sure that it's get into all these area, all this tricky area. Now, what I do is I make sure my brush is clean and I go back and took some of the excess. You can return it to the bottle or you can return it to the palette so you don't contaminate your bottle, however you like. Okay, you just take the excess out so the design is not flooded. But if you have too little amount of gel, then you're gonna struggle to paint this. So remember, you can start with a lot. It doesn't matter. Then you can come back and take out the excess. You need it to be covered first before you reduce the amounts. Now you cure for 60 seconds. And I'm gonna move on to black metal effect gels. You can use art gel if you like, because art gel can adhere chrome too. It's just that metal effect gel adheres chrome better. But art gel is a lot more inexpensive than metal effect gel. And we're taking this out. And we're gonna paint this. So, let's do the head first. It's whatever's. It's a curve. It's a little V shape right here. It doesn't matter what you do. As long as it's gonna be gold, it's gonna be gorgeous. Two little dots right here, which I failed to mention that when Clay Doh was still wet, you can take caviar bead and you can just push 2 beads right here when it's wet, and that will be the eyes forgot to tell you that. Okay, down here, little stroke on the left, little stroke on the right. And then a little line right here. It looked crazy after I'm done, but I want you to know that all these details are random. Maybe a little leaf right here. One on the left, one on the right, like the floral leaf. And then a little curve up here. Just fill it in, like that. And then a little curve right down here. I repeat, it doesn't matter what you do. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a line. Okay, and then I'm going to have a curve on both sides. And a little bit right here. See, I don't even do a good job by explaining my detail because it's so random. It's just a bunch of curve and stuff. Let me zoom in. Just a bunch of little curve randomly. I'm gonna outline this little leaf just for fun. You can outline the rose too, like I did right here. I outline the whole rose, but you don't have to. Okay, and then maybe a little curve on this, little curve on this. And frame the side, frame it, frame this side. And there your beetles. Oh, also look beautiful when it's black. Isn't that cool? Hear this. Okay, the moment of truth. It's Teflon Matte and 𝐒𝐢𝐥𝐢𝐴 combo. Let's see how it does. So I'm gonna take solid chrome, rub on it with a shadow applicator and apply. See, black 𝐒𝐢𝐥𝐢𝐴 stick to chrome immediately. Shiny, brilliant, while Teflon Matte is prevent chrome from sticking anywhere else but the black. The magic combo. There you go. And take our fluffy, dust it. You're almost done. Okay, just like that. And I like to take a clean shadow applicator and rub on it just to get that perfection. You see, when you rub on chrome, there's gonna be dust somewhere, loose dust. And this step help eliminate that. You're gonna pick up any loose dust, you just rub it like you normally would, not too hard. Just pick up any extra dust. And now it's completely dust free. It's ready to be top coat and secure. I'm using sanded top coat, by the way. And to work with top coat or any thin liquidy gel, I'm using curling brush. Now, if your client have mercy on you that day, then they will tell you to just top coat everything. But that's too good to be true. Clients are difficult and they most likely will want the background to be matte and just the beetle shiny. Then at that time, you have to take out a separate brush and just top coat only the beetles. Apply top coat all over. Just like that, everything. Cure this. Now, you notice that I cure that. That is important because it's a top coat. You don't know how it's gonna react. It might drip everywhere. It's very unpredictable. Top coat is built for smooth and cell level very fast. So if you're gonna paint certain area with top coat, it's best to cure it like this. 1, 2, 3, just so it stands there. It doesn't go anywhere. See, all the stud is already sealed with Teflon Matte. Remember, I apply Teflon Matte all over it. So it's sealed. Now, what I do is I just trace it back with top coat. Just like that. See that? It's really fast. Tracing is fast. Sealing, it can be long because you have to make sure everywhere is coated fully with top coat. But tracing, you can just paint over a surface and it becomes shiny. Here. Now, does it look identical yet? So, this outline right here, I'm going to show you that too. Let's cure that. It is a famous Gold Pixie Gel. Pixie Gel don't need top coat. Let me take out a little bit on a palette. Close it. Using 10mm liners. Okay, and then paint. Pixie Gel don't need top coat, so you just paint right on top of the mat and you're done. All the way down. Keep going all the way down here. Okay, this side. All the way down. Just like that. Right here too. Isn't that shiny and reflective? Perfect. Cutest. Remember that all my product here for 60 seconds. And all of my product are from 𝐒𝐢𝐳𝑐 shop. See me? My little cute self. And that is how you do the beetles. See that? Perfect, beautiful. And I would say it's not really that hard. You just have to follow everything so it can work for you. If you miss a step, like the Teflon Matte, if I don't apply Teflon Matte in, it'll be disaster. So you gotta follow every single step, every single product, and the right brushes, and you whip our beetle just like that. And don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube at 𝐒𝐢𝐳𝐸. And until next time, bye-bye.